Friday night, USF Tulsa, sleeper game here. Friday night's action looks pretty appetizing as far as college football betting goes. Looks like USF -7.5 and a total of 62. This being the East Coast game with a West Coast game after it, so a doubleheader here. Kelly, how would you look to bet on USF versus Tulsa?
So I was just looking at the power ratings. My buddy has this team power rated 5 points better on a neutral field. And so you got to give a little bit of credit here to the Tulsa Hurricanes, but I'm going to disagree with his number here. I think this number is 7.5 for a reason. I think this number is kind of one of those things where it's trying to entice people to bet the dog because I think USF is the right side. Now, whether or not I follow either of these teams very much, I think we know USF has the better offense. I think this Tulsa team has shown some moments of greatness. I think that Texas game was probably their best one. But then to lose as a favorite at Arkansas State, ugly loss at Temple, and that Houston game we talked about last week, just really ugly. Houston did it push? I can't remember. I got to look at back. I think maybe they did get the cover, maybe with like a late touchdown or something. It was not a game I was really paying attention to. I was watching Utah State BYU. But South Florida hasn't really impressed me too much this year. They did get the win versus Georgia Tech. But besides that, this is going to be an interesting test. But the only way I can really look at this one is the favorite.
Okay, looking towards the favorite. Big man, I agree with Kelly. I think this number is a little short. I think USF's the right side. How do you feel?
I agree with you guys. I've been actually quietly surprised with USF. They've looked quite good. They've escaped in games, which you look at these two teams. South Florida's escaping in games, and Tulsa's finding ways to lose games. And I look no further really than the run game for South Florida. They really were able to establish it last week against UMass. I don't see any reason they don't continue to here. Tulsa's a team that have major issues against the run. I think that was evident in the game against Houston. You also look at the fact that Tulsa leads the country in turnovers committed. They cannot hold on to the football. And for a team like South Florida that's gained 12 this year, they're very opportunistic. I think Tulsa is a pretty bad team. I think Seth Boomer played pretty well for them, but the consistent carousel with quarterbacks hasn't worked for Montgomery's team. Defensively, they're not any good. I think USF continues to roll. They're a team that it could be interesting in this conference. You have Cincinnati and South Florida who played real well this year. Can they maybe give UCF a run for their money? I'm not sure, but I think in this game, South Florida looks poised to maybe run away and hide here. I'm not confident that Tulsa can move the ball. They're a little different than maybe UMass or a team like that can actually move the ball. I'll go for a double-digit victory for the South Florida here.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.